Hello, gentle viewers. This is Guardian, welcoming you back to Out of the Park Baseball 26 with the Chicago White Sox. Our previous episode, we worked to improve our lineup and our pitching staff, as is pretty traditional. No new starters, really. We're going to have Adames for a full year. We're going to have Samuel Zavala. His time has finally come to shine. We're going to let him play some CF for us, center field. Jose Ramos is back. Tibbs is back. Gibbs is back. Teal is back. Gibbs is starting for the first time in the major leagues. We're going to hopefully get some quality play out of him. Our real changes last season came in our pitching staff. We added Jacob deGrom. I know that he is basically made of paper, but we're going to keep him around, and we'll see how he does. We also added some other pitchers. Cade Smith was an addition late last season, but he's with us now for the next 3 years. Evan Phillips was a free agent signing to strengthen our bullpen a bit. Rosado is old. Devin Williams is new. We brought him along with us. Unlike most of my contract signings, we signed him for 3 years, although we're ready to get rid of him if we have to. If we need to dispose of him, we shall. So, yeah. Not a terribly eventful off-season in a lot of ways. For Lil Encarnacion's getting a chance to start at third base and play every day. Is that a good idea? I don't know, but I'm willing to give it a try. Especially since Nate Furman, who's been decent, is a really good utility guy, and I think that's a better use for his talents. Diego Velasquez is new. We had Mr. Velasquez as a minor league free agent, somebody to back us up at shortstop. Mr. Velasquez, I think, needs to be added to the 40-man. Okay, he's already there. Sweet. So, yeah. All in all, a good team. Somehow Luke Geske came second in Rookie of the Year, third, which I still find somewhat surprising, but I think it's ironic. We actually have pitching staff where Noah Schultz is a genuine number 3 starter, and that's not to denigrate him or criticize him. You just got Jaden Charles, my friend. We'll see how this works. Okay. Without any further ado, actually a little bit more ado, that does give me a reminder. Initially we were going to do another OOTP series on Mondays. Next week is Memorial Day if you live in the United States, which I think most of my viewers do. And I say this because I'm also planning to finish with Civilization 7 that day. In case you haven't been watching my channel, you maybe just watch OOTP videos, which I totally understand. Yeah, we're gonna finish the whole kit and caboodle on Monday. You're going to see the whole modern age, and it's gonna be great. You have a really good time, I hope. However, my plan was to go to an OTP series, but then Monster Train 2 dropped today. Today is Wednesday the 21st, I'm recording this. And I can't help it. I'm a deck builder guy. It was one of my very first loves in the video game world. Magic the Gathering is probably the first complex game of any kind that I really enjoyed, and I played it a lot when I was a kid. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play some Monster Train on Mondays, starting not this coming Monday, but the following Monday. However, I do have a plan for new Out of the Park Baseball series. I'm really excited to see how it turns out. So it is coming. It's just going to be slightly delayed. Last thing I want to talk about is a very helpful comment made by Ironhead34. He reminded me that with the development lab, if you schedule people, you get that window at the very end. We gave him some of the shorter programs, which is actually good to remind myself of, because I didn't remember that. So I'm pretty excited about that, and going forward, we'll be able to get some more development in. So what am I going to talk about in the new OOTP series? I feel you've behaved yourselves well. You deserve to know what's coming when it does come. Um, I have wanted to play this ever since a viewer in the long ago made me this challenge. He said he played a campaign where all he ever did was draft players and never signed any free agents and never made any trades. And that's been living rent free in my head ever since. Now, here is my proposal: the all homegrown team, to be defined thusly. On this team, you may not have any players with Major League experience other than for the Major League team in question. That's what I mean by homegrown. Um, I would also ban myself from signing international free agents, not the amateurs. Those are fair game, because that is I'm growing these players at my home, but I can't do that if they're already Major League ready. However, minor league free agents are fair game. Trades are okay, but I can only make trades for minor leaguers. I can never trade for a player with major league experience. On day one, I'm gonna have everyone that has major league experience on the entire roster. They're gonna retire. And I know. Look, this is gonna be a hard enough challenge as it is without being able to use established major league talent. I think. So I think I can have a little bit of grace and just not deal with their contracts. Um, so that's what's gonna happen. That's my plan anyway. Um, I will have more particulars as we get closer to the video, but I want to hear your thoughts in the comments. If you're like, wow, that sounds like a lot of fun, then great. If you're like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever fucking heard, then, well, I'll figure something else out. But I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And one thing I did want to mention before we get back to this series is I will be going really hardcore into the minor league management. This is something that I've done in my personal games back in a while ago. Not with OTP 26. I haven't just played OTP 26 by myself. I've only played for you guys on the channel. But I think there's a lot of interesting decisions to be made, especially when I'm not going to be acquiring major leaguers. I'm not going to be able to get most free agents. That'll get something to do during the season. The last thing I'll talk about for this new upcoming series is I'm going to try to do one video per season. For this series, I always do two. I do one for the off season, one for the actual season. I think because off season, I'm going to be a lot less active. I think it's going to be more interesting though. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. If you think it sounds like a fun series, I think it sounds like a fun series. And we can go from there. Yeah. Let's do it. What I think is going to happen this season, honestly, most is going to rely on the left arm of Jaden Charles. He has utterly dominated at every conceivable level he could dominate. And there's no reason to think he can't do it in his first full major league season. If he does, I think the rest of the team looks really good. I am concerned about the lineup. I'm very concerned about the lineup. I'm hoping that eventually Zavala will develop enough that I can trust him at the top of the lineup. But for now, it's going to be Willy Adames, and we can go from there. So, I couldn't do this in the new series whenever that happens because I'm not allowed to have Major League players that I didn't develop. Alright, with that being said, let's end the month of March. Alternat and Rat Louder, both of them have been cleared off of our roster, which is good. That's fine. Let's keep it going. We won our first two games. Clearly 162-0. It's gonna happen, guys. It's gonna happen. I would genuinely settle for a playoff appearance. I think that would be really good if we could manage that. Brett Highfield got better. Luis Reyes got better. Rudis Diaz got better, relatively speaking. So nice improvements here. Some very nice improvements. Joey Volchko has just collapsed. Like, I know he just got better, right? Like, he legitimately did get better. He added a new pitch, he throws harder. But his potential control has been capped, and that significantly reduces his value to me as a starting pitcher. Maybe he'll bounce back. I don't know. But that concerns me pretty significantly. That all of a sudden his stamina has gotten better, but his control has dropped, movement has dropped, stuff has dropped. It seems like he has maxed out his velocity, which is fine with me. Maybe he just becomes a reliever. But I really want to see him work and become a better player. Some upgrades for guys like Kyle Markovitz, which is pretty good. Garrett Kozic is probably going to start demanding Major League playing time. Maybe I'll get to him, maybe I won't. I don't know. Josh Vantine is pushing up the ladder. Steve Riddle's lost a little bit already. That makes me sad. He's only 7th round pick, I guess. I can't be too upset, but I do wish he would be better. Jose Reynoso is adding little velocity. Chris Montgomery is losing velocity. Yeah. Nothing too wild. Atsuji Ito is the best player in the American League. He's literally played in 3 games. Let's maybe pump the brakes a bit. And let's end the month of April. So postseason is my goal. I'm not willing to spend a lot of assets to make the postseason. If we don't make it, we don't make it. But I do want to see some genuine progress. I want us to show that we can handle some of the tougher teams, that we can keep ourselves in playoff contention. Maybe that's a more appropriate benchmark. We finish a few games above 500, and then we just accept that, and that's where we are. Losing a firm for 3 weeks isn't the best, but it's also not the worst. So we're going to need a new middle infield prospect. I think this is time to... Billy Reeg, I think, is fun. I think he's an acceptable choice for a utility guy. If you know what I mean. Maybe you don't know what I mean. And if you don't, well then, okay. I'll probably also mess more with platooning in the new series whenever I get around to it. The month of April has concluded. We're 16 wins to 13 losses. That honestly feels decent for me. That feels pretty okay. Hey, Wilfred Veras is having a great start to a season. 10 home runs already. That's what we like to see. Poor Ruben Galindo is out for the whole season. What a tragedy. Adames got 5 hits. Nice. Player development, I think it looked at all this. Oh, Devin Williams is already starting to decline pretty fast. I guess that doesn't surprise me. It makes it a little bit sad, but it doesn't surprise me hugely. That's something we're going to have to adjust to. I really want your Garrett Bautista to be good enough to take over the full-time job in the major leagues. I really want that to happen. So hopefully he'll have a great minor league season, and we can talk about that. Not Hudson Barton. Wait, I remember him. No, I don't. That was a lie. Sorry. I tricked you. I don't actually remember that. What are we looking at so far this season? Again, can't get too excited about too many numbers. Veras, Ito, and Tibbs all look brilliant. Really, really good. Adames doesn't look so good. Zavala looks pretty solid. I think I need to see more at-bats before I make any drastic changes, but I do think Adames is probably about done. I am not going to pay him to do that. Geske and Iriarte both off to really rough starts. Geske's striking way more people up. He's also walking more people, and it's actually giving up more home runs. He needs to stop doing both of those things. Stop walking people, stop giving up home runs. That's my order to you. The bullpen looks really, really good. I know Brett Highfield's off to a really crummy start. He's a rookie with little experience above in the high minors. I think he's entitled to some growing pains. Um, Devin Williams, I think, is just cooked. He's already losing velocity. He didn't have a lot to lose to begin with. Maybe I just cut him now. Maybe I just take him out of an important role. I'm going to turn you off of use more often. And let's get the Nard dog more involved in middle relief, and let's have him pitch more often. The dog of Nard, some might say. I wouldn't. Except I just did. Wow. Alex Mendez, I'm actually pretty excited about. More excited than Devin Williams. Let's get rid of him. Pay it now. And then you can be the emergency starter that I've been longing for. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, there's just always gonna keep Devin Williams around. He didn't cost that sucks pretty hard. Who's the next man up in the rotation? It looks like Eric Silva is. I think I'm fine with that. I think I'm ready to give him his opportunity. Let's chuck you into the rotation, my friend. Losing Geske does suck, but maybe it extends why he's picked so poorly this year. Maybe he's just been injured. Also, first White Sox pitcher injured, it wasn't Jacob deGrom. That genuinely surprises me. Nate Furman is ready to come back. How is Billy Reed done? Billy Reed is actually hitting okay. Let's send Nate Furman to the minors. Oh, you're out of options. Am I that convinced that you're worth keeping? Like, here's the thing. Frelly Encarnacion is struggling really badly. Okay. Well, I don't want to lose Furman, and I can't send down Rieg, so I think I send down Rieg, and we bring back Furman, and Furman gets to be my guy here. I thought their base was solved, you guys, but it clearly isn't. Encarnacion is struggling, but I want to give him a chance to fight through those struggles. Like, we can't jump to conclusions about either one of these sample sizes, so I think we go ahead and we let him play pretty frequently, but also give him plenty of breaks. I just hit the wrong button because I am stupid. Nope, I almost did it again, you guys. I almost hit the exact same button again because I'm not very bright. Okay. Let's advance some time to the end of May. Okay, losing Varys is mean. Like, this is a guy who needed a bounce back here, and you just take him out for fucking 60 days? That's rude. Why can I not put him on the 60-day IL? He's out for 8 weeks. Oh, he's going to come back in, like, 1 day before that, so I can't take him off my roster. That's poopy. I don't want to do Bautista. That doesn't interest me. Do I? No, I don't. I don't. Sorry. Zeb Rudell has one important quality, which is that he's not Yorger Bautista. I'd have to rush him. I think calling him up is reasonable, but he will not be starting. Ledbetter will play left field. Is it going to be Ledbetter, or is it going to be the new guy? It's going to be Ledbetter. So ship to left field, please, and thank you. I'm just gonna slot you right in right there. Oh yeah. You need a DH if that's the case. Then actually, then there's a better candidate for this roster spot. I completely forgot that I didn't necessarily need another outfielder. No, I do need an outfielder. I do. Yeah, I can't do what I was going to do for a second there. I was actually going to talk about calling up Salvador Lopez, which I think is actually a better choice, but I think we just roll with the punches for right now. Tibbs, get out of left field. The bedwetter is ready to go. I guarantee you, I don't know if Colton Ledbetter's a real guy. He probably is. I guarantee somebody called him Ledbetter the bedwetter. I feel like that's just that fruit is just hanging way too low for you to pass up on it. I'm thinking. All right, let's get this one over with. I would remind you that we are presently in first place. Now we're gonna stay there, probably not, but we were there. I think we're already proving to be a significantly improved team compared to where we were a single season ago. I mean, Asuji Ito playing like an MVP candidate is a huge part of that. Ginormous part of that. Jacob deGrom is getting worse. Well, fine. Caden Scarborough is now throwing a slider. That's pretty fancy. Jay Horner getting better. The Horny J getting better. How is Jamie Borg is getting a lot better. Damn. He is 24 years old and playing in A ball, so he should probably be playing above that, but how's Chris Ransford doing besides being injured? He's actually holding his own. He's playing fairly effectively in Double A. It's great. He's still only 21. I don't feel the need to rush him up to the major leagues. Although, if Fraley Encarnacion doesn't figure out his shit, that might happen sooner rather than later. You know? Okay. What do I want in life? I want players to be less poopy. That's what I would like to see. Alright. So some experiments are going better than others. Josh Gibbs hitting 10 home runs, I did not expect. As long as he's playing great defense, if his bat is anywhere near league average, I'm perfectly content with that. His defense isn't flawless, but it's good. And I think good is fine. I don't think we need to worry too much. Eric Soul is getting his brains hammered in. As is Jairo Iriarte, which is a bit of a bummer. I was kind of counting on both of them to provide consistent innings, which is not happening. So it's actually a pitching setting the lineup down, which is kind of a fun twist. Zavala is exactly replacement level. That's exactly what I didn't want to see. I want to see him thrive. Yikes. I mean, Jose Ramos can't be this bad this year. Right? Like, he can't just not hit baseballs. Surely somebody will figure stuff out, maybe. Maybe. But Iriarte's had 11 starts to prove that he is a quality pitcher. He is failing at every level. His strikeouts are way down. His home runs are way up, which is a bad combo. Silva, I can give a little bit more rope to, but not a lot more. I need to see you both make some improvements. What I can do in the short term here is I'll move up Schultz and DeGrom. This is not DeGrom's start. This is going to be a Silva start. No, he's completely gassed. Schultz? Yeah, it's Schultz's start. Okay, we're gonna do a little bloop. There you go. Jane Charles is pitching pretty damn well. These peripherals look almost identical to what they looked like last season. And yeah, so we have an ace, a genuine bona fide 100% ace, and I'm excited about that. What do we do to improve this team? I have no money for extensions, not a single dime. um, Oh, Ito needs to get paid. I can't let my singular high quality position player go. No, that doesn't work for you. What about 7 years long-term demand? I need you to get less money in this year. That has to happen. I don't like it either, but it's what my owner will approve of. I feel like you're getting drastically overpaid. To be honest with you, maybe that's okay. Can I maybe get a team option or two at the end? Is that a thing you could do for me? How does this grab you? This works. I think if we lost him, our team would be completely sunk. So we're going to submit that offer. Yeah. Anybody want Hagen Smith yet? Is anybody like, ooh baby, Hagen Smith? Maybe? Nope. Nobody wants Hagen Smith. Well, I don't want him either, so I guess I can't blame them. So keeping Ito is a big deal. Keeping Ito is going to put us in great position to be successful in the future. He's also an MVP candidate this year, which is certainly not a bad thing for us to experience. He's playing good ball too, like all the way around. He's been a good player. Outfield is still really unsettled, which is a disappointment to me, but maybe I don't do anything about it yet. Let's see if Ito takes the new deal. I have no reason to doubt that he will, but we need to just see what they're willing to do. Maybe he's going to be like, fuck yeah. There we go. Fans are over the moon. We did it, gamers. We did it. Braden Jaska hit 3 home runs. Okay, that's 3 home runs. Mayo, ew. I genuinely don't like Mayo, but that's a me problem. You can live your life however you want to live it. Who am I to judge, right? What possible role could I have in judging you? My gentle viewers. That was really loud. My headphones just turned off because OOTP doesn't make any sound normally. My headphones turn off when they're idle for a while. It's really loud. I just got new headphones because my old ones broke. Okay, let us are we at the start of the draft combine? No, we will be in 2 days. We did it. How are we feeling, guys? How are we feeling? So I believe I'm picking 10th overall if I remember correctly. I think that's my draft pick. This time ruined. Yeah, 10th overall. Okay. Right. The key tip here is don't click Combine Scouting there, click it here so I can tell how much room my guy has to go. We're just gonna pick the first, like, few people here regardless of skill, and we're gonna get some real good looks at them. Ray Simon is very easy. He's a bit of a slut, is what I've heard. A himbo, if you will. Okay. Let me remove Mr. Sanabria here. And we're going to roll with this. We're going to roll with these punches for a bit. Ramos is out for a couple, 3 weeks. That's kind of stinky. But it's not the end of the world, actually. What this means is I can put Mr. Tibbs in the field, or I can put him at DH. And we can call up another outfielder. So it's not the end of the world. How long till Varys comes back, actually? How much longer are we Varys-less? 5 weeks. So he's still gone for a while. He's still gone for a while. All right. I need another outfielder. I think Garrett Kozic is kind of ready, but he's also still kind of green. Kadeem Diaw, I think, is maybe the play here. I think we can let him cook a bit. So I think Mr. Diaw is going to play in right field. I'm pretty sure. Is he going to be any good at it? I have absolutely no idea. Probably not. But we're eager to see either way. There you go. Done. Oh wow, I did not want to skim ahead that forward. Evan Phillips wants to be the closer. Here's my problem. Kate Smith is pitching better than you are. So how about you shut the fuck up? Okay? How about you stick it right up your butthole? And you're just like, yeah, okay, I'll behave myself. How about you do that? Our accuracy on Martin and Simon is pretty good. Let's add all players. Let's add Mr. Sanabria and Mr. Day. A personal message. Hey, look at that. Player of the week. Pretty sexy. I saw some people get high accuracy. Remove you, remove you. Let me add a Bojan and Bill Weinstein here. I think is good. A little more scouting in. 9 months for Randall Clemente. For a guy who's already pretty marginal, that's very unfortunate. Who's next man up pitching wise? It looks like it's Ray Hoisington. I cannot, in good conscience, call him up to the majors till he fixes walk issues. He's really close, but he's not there yet. It's either Scarborough or Verghese. I think Verghese is marginally better, so I think we can give him a shot. Here we go. Go ahead and do a little bit of pitching as a treat, and you're just going to be a long reliever anyway. That does some mop-up work, so let's not worry too much about it. Combine scouting, remove. Have I already scouted you? I have. Okay, so we're gonna scroll. Bence, England, Miller, Pergola, and Scogan. And we'll also add in Pat Davidson. And David Keith. There we go. Hey, he'll be back in 5 days. That's awesome. Love that for us. Okay. Nice. Let's sim to the end of June then, or at least until the next injury is corrected. Noah Schultz got suspended for 6 games. What a fucking maroon. Jose Ramos back is pretty nice. Dial's not hitting great. I don't feel any need to keep him up in the majors just because I can. Let's just get Ramos right back in the lineup. I know Ramos isn't playing his very best, but I feel like if we don't give him regular playing time, we'll never see if he can fix that. So we'll go from there. Samuel Zavala, I know I didn't have like the most high hopes for you, but I definitely had higher hopes than this. Get on base, you fuckstick. 2 weeks for Jacob deGrom. Actually, really poorly timed. Um, I'm going to simulate a singular week until Luke Gasky can come back. So basically, realistically, we're only missing one start from one of my big starters, the ones that I trust the most. Dong Moon An is getting better. Noah Schultz is getting a little bit better. Ramos is getting worse. How are things going? Don't you fucking dare, game. How's Chris Ransford holding up? Is he having a good year in double A? He's having a pretty good year in double A. The power's dipped a little bit, but he is handling himself at third base. I'm gonna promote him to AAA. Let's fucking go. I can't help but notice, that things are proceeding in a way that I don't care for. I almost think I have to bench Ito until he recovers, maybe, but maybe he's okay. Please be okay. Are we Geski back? Which is, I guess, good for a given value of good. Yeah. Good bullpen. A very good bullpen. We can be happy. We can be proud of how our bullpen has performed this year. A week out for Iriarte. We're approaching the All-Star break, so players are about to get a decent sized rest. You're gonna be out for another week. That's kind of stinky. It's kind of poopy. Varys is back, genuinely huge. Mr. Ruddle has shown nothing about his ability to play in the major leagues. Get the fuck out of here. Is Ledbetter hitting? He's not hitting. I'd probably keep him over Zavala, if I'm being honest with you, since Zavala is struggling so badly. Yeah. Ledbetter's just got a little pop. But Zavala's playing center, and I don't trust Ledbetter to play center. Yeah. You're getting benched, Ledbetter, for the man, the myth, legend of Wilfred Varys. If you don't like it, get good, noob. So every 7 games. We could use a better third baseman. Actually, this is a good time to kind of take stock of where we are. We can maybe think about making some trades here. What do we need? I need Ramos to not be a bitch. I feel like that's a pretty important step one. Nah, I'm joking a little bit at least. The top 4 are all mostly okay. Adames is struggling. If I cut Adames, how does that work? Yeah, I think he's cooked. Get out of here. So is Salvador Lopez crushing AAA? He's crushing AAA. Okay. So he gets promoted to play first base. That happens. Who is my best on base guy presently at this moment in time? It's Teal. So let's go and make Teal the leadoff guy for the rest of the year. And Salvador Lopez can play first base. And honestly, this is just your chance to show us that you can be a major league starter. I'm not going to touch you the rest of the year, my friend. You're just going to play baseball. If you play well enough, you'll get more attention. So that's going to be that. Salvador Lopez, welcome to the Chicago White Sox. Chris Rainsford, if he plays well in AAA, by the time rosters expand, he might very well be called up himself. So we're going to keep our eyes peeled on him. I could do it now. I might do it at the trading deadline. If by the trading deadline he's still showing these performing at a very high level, we can very seriously consider. So that's one change already. New first baseman, new leadoff hitter. Let's fucking go. Encarnacion has the power. He's not playing poorly. He's just not playing particularly well. But he is replaceable. I would love a reliable additional starting pitcher. I thought we'd have too many starting pitchers at the beginning of the season. Very clearly, I was mistaken. Very clearly. Because other than Charles and Schultz killing it and Jacob deGrom having a shockingly good year, Geske went from borderline rookie of the year to just being bullshit. He needs to stop giving up home runs. It needs to stop fucking happening, dude. Figure it out. But a veteran starting pitcher could go quite nicely, especially if we are in position to make the postseason. We're still in first place, guys. I don't know how long it's going to last, but we're still there. And we did without Varys. If Varys can be anywhere near he was when he got hurt, I think we're going to have a really solid lineup. Like, just really solid. Let's do some drafting, yo. Let's start up that draft, and let's auto-draft until we get to select. Okay. I mean, Brian Williams is legitimately a decent choice. Man. He's so good. He's 23 years old, which means his ascent through the major should be very, very fast. He's got great makeup. He's got 4++ pitches. Man, you guys. I mean, yes, there's the bit of gross factor for signing a player whose name is Cubby. I don't know how I don't draft him. Right? I mean, I want high-level players. Brian Williams could start this season. I think we have to do it. I think we have to draft Brian Williams. We have to give him his bonus demand. Boom, done. I feel really good about that. I think he is potentially just shoot through our system at lightning speed and make us that much better. Okay. That was an easy choice. I don't want to fall behind on the offensive market, and I have enough issues with outfielders, so I think a high school outfielder is worthy of taking here. Sergio Vera here. He is kind of dumb. He is kind of stupid, and he's not a very good outfielder. He's actually a first baseman, I would argue. A unique hit tool with great gap power. You know who this reminds me? It reminds me of Tony Gwynn. Although Gwynn had a little more power than this and drew a few more walks, I think it's a good comparison. If I want a plus tool guy, Nitro here would be a good selection. I feel like Josh Rubin is not the kind of guy that I'm looking for. I do like Giovanni Hughlett. And you may be asking yourself, okay, Abby, what's the difference? Vera has a very similar skill set, which he does. Hewlett's got a bit more power. He's got a fair bit more speed. But he's also got a much better makeup. And I think this is why I take him instead. Mr. Hewlett, welcome to Chicago White Sox organization. We're glad you're here. All right. Ishmael Sanabria and Josh Rubin are both very similar kinds of players. Rubin's got some positional flexibility that I may think makes him slightly more attractive. He's also very cheap. Chris Waters, though, is a very, very good starting pitcher. Very, very, very good. And I think he's actually my choice here. Chris Waters, I will pay you $2 million and be grateful. Now Ruben is... Ishmael Sanabria is basically as a no signing bonus whatsoever. Curious. Danny Urban's a really good hitter. Can I afford him? I can afford him. And I think he's got a good enough high caliber bat that I think he is worthy of being selected and being paid this exorbitant premium. We did it, you guys. Alright, I've gone way, way over slot with the last few players. I think Manny Perez would be a lovely addition to our team, except I can get Sanabria even cheaper. Or Josh Rubin for slightly over slot. Or Michael Travis for slightly over slot. Slightly under slot. I think Michael Travis is fine. I think he's got a well-rounded skill set. He's decently fast. He's an okay outfielder. Nothing about him screams Major League Superstar, but he does scream decent player. Alright. So Sanabria will sign for the slot. Manny Perez will sign for the slot, which is nothing. Nothing is my favorite amount of money to pay somebody. And I'm going to add you to my draft picks list as well. Sanabria just keeps falling. I understand he's got some weaknesses here. Hey, you would just go to North Ridgeville. I had family on that part of the state. I think we take Sanabria. I know he's not a great risk. I know he's not a great prospect, but he's a good prospect. And it cost me literally no dollars to pick him up. Wayne Wagner is an abso-fucking-delutely not. I feel like I'm rolling the dice way too hard. Even in the 8th round, I don't think he's a good risk. I genuinely think he's more likely to be a gigantic dumpster fire than a great starting pitcher. He's dumb. He doesn't work very hard. I don't know, guys. I don't think this is a guy that I'm interested in. Even for free, I think is too much for him. Juan Schubman can actually hang in center, and I think that makes him valuable to me. Let's get after it. I will not take away Wagner. You can't make me. I like Jeff Bautista a lot. Let's just grab him up. That is a good all-around hitter and somebody worthy of our attention. I feel like at some point Wayne Wagner is going to just have to be drafted by me, whether I like it or not. Because nobody else will draft him. Jeff Shiflett, we can pick up. I'm down with that. I'm down to clown there. It's the 11th round. If there's ever a chance to take a risk on somebody drastically improving their skills, it's right now. I will take Wayne Wagner. I will end his slide. We can go from there. Let's look at the sortable list. I want to start looking at people with great tools. I want to look at somebody who has amazing BABIP. Just tremendous back control. Jimmy White can hit for average and nothing else, which is kind of funny to me. I don't think that's the kind of player I'm interested in. This is the kind of player I'm interested in. David Bohm, get on my team. Right now. Immediately. Done. Eddie Arriaga, not so excited. Shane Bourne, I could get behind. He's nothing special, but what he is he's acceptable, and I'm okay with that. I find that an acceptable type of player. Any really outstanding raw power tools here? Evan Matty? Sure. Okay. Big ol' thumper. Jim Creasy is a player that we can get behind, maybe. I haven't dropped a ton of pitchers in this draft. I should probably start looking at pitchers now. I want some big stuff. Excuse me. John Crank, work that crank. Come on down to the White Sox. John Nebenschwander, absolutely we can give you a try. You're not a very high percentage chance to be successful, but you're not a negative chance, so. Ben Milks, you. Javier Bowman, okay. And who is my final pick? Do you want to make another starter? Matt Walker. There we go. Cool. Let's go ahead and offer you 650 grand. Shane Bourne wants 650 grand. I think that's fine. I think that is an acceptable amount of money. As soon as Brian Williams signs, I'm assigning him to high A. Okay, DeGrom is back. That's genuinely huge. Does Eric Silva have what it takes to make it in the major leagues? He has some genuinely encouraging metrics. He's not giving up a ton of home runs. His walks are a bit out of control, but they're sustainable. And he's got an okay strikeout per 9 ratio. He is getting hit a little harder than I'd like. I think he actually has some upside. I think he actually has a role in this rotation. Iriarte, I just think he's done. I don't think he's got anything left to offer me. Does anybody want him? I think there was that one season he gave me quite a few innings and he wasn't terrible at it. But he's not a good pitcher. He just isn't. And again, I will let Iriarte just be cut if I have to, but I would like to get rid of him. If anybody wants him, I will. You know what? Jeff Wagner, you know what you're not? Hario Iriarte, welcome aboard. We save a little bit of money, which isn't nothing, but that was not making a roster spot for Jacob deGrom to come back. Get in there, Grommy, as you like to be called. And there we go. Isn't Huglet like the name of a fucking Pokemon? No, I think it's Diglett. That's what I was thinking, sorry. Sorry. Pokemon fans, you may not be enraged at me, want to throw things at me. I understand. Noah Schultz got an all-star appearance, which is pretty great. That's pretty exciting. It's good stuff. Who else made it? Ito obviously made it. That's 2 all-stars. Mr. Tibbs made it. That's 3 all-stars. Cal Tillmill, that's 4 all-stars. 4 all-star appearances is a crazy amount of all-stars compared to where we've been in years past. So, I'm down. I am down to clown. I'm kind of shocked that Jaden Charles didn't make the all-star team. I mean, I know Noah Schultz is like marginally better this season, is about the same this season. Actually, not better this season. Charles is. Other thing I can think of is that somebody else probably got his spot because they had to. But prospect announcements here. Honor Montes, nice. My dude, you can't just keep repeating Rookie League. You have to play an A-ball. Like, you will never get better because constantly playing Rookie League until, like, your face falls off. Alright, game. You had your chance with him. You're gonna play an A-ball and you're gonna fucking stay there. I don't care how you perform. You need to be playing an A-ball. You've had 3 professional seasons and you've barely gone outside of the Rookie League, so figure it out, nerd. Alright, let's go up to the trading deadline. Okay, Schultz, quit getting fucking suspended, you dipshit. I don't know why that's so hard for you. Is Brian Williams the really good one? Yeah, Brian Williams is the really, really good one. You're gonna start... Oh, you're on loan, aren't you? Okay. That's fine. As soon as you get back, I'm putting you in A-ball. Not Dan Hoppe. A trade proposal. You'll give me Jack Perkins and Mario Reyes for George Volkov. I don't want Jack Perkins. My bullpen is great. I don't need bullpen help. I could use a high quality veteran starter maybe, but I don't need a bullpen assistance. Is Starlin Thompson still playing for me? I thought I traded him. I didn't, but he is actually having a decent season, sort of. Are you drawing walks? Zavala's getting marginally better. He's getting marginally better. He's certainly nothing special, but he is getting marginally better. Salvador Lopez likes him some major league pitching, though. He is definitely showing that he is a high-quality player. Ramos is playing better, and Encarnacion's playing fine. Tibbs is losing some of his ability to draw walks, which makes me sad, but that's okay. He's alright. Chris Rainsford, huh? Gavin Stone is whatever. Gavin Stone isn't terribly exciting. Manuel Rodriguez is fine. Roberto Ramirez is fine. Like, this is again a move just to make a move, and I don't think that helps me very much. I just don't think it makes sense to me. I don't think I see a world where any of these, like, what if we gave you our mediocre middle reliever? Makes a big difference here. I've got no beef with David Fry, but my rookie is playing very effectively, and I'm definitely not giving up Rodrigo Chavez. Braden Montgomery's 27, has never played a day in the major leagues. That's not true. He did play in the major leagues a little bit. I probably need to do something about that, maybe. For Adam Montiel, you'd give me Javi Medina, which is mid. Yeah, I don't care about your 30-plus-year-old jerkwads. Yandel Ricardo is genuinely a pretty decent player. I don't care about Vinny Pasquantino. I genuinely don't. And Oscar Herrera is super far away from the major leagues. What if I just drop Pasquantino? Hey, you want Mike Contreras, mediocre pitcher who might be less mediocre someday? Sure. I do want more, though. If I'm giving you two players, I would like two players from you as well. What about Ernie Newkirk? Okay, I wasn't serious. I just thought it would be funny. What about Alan Allen? Almost within reach. That's asking a little bit too much. Okay. Jackson Peavy is probably too big an ask. Yeah. Marcos Terra Torres is a pretty decent outfielder. No, okay. Well, I do want Ricardo. I want something else if I can get it, but the answer might just be I can't get anything else. I think I just make this trade. I think I just accept it. Understood that I have to sign to the 40-man roster, but he's a really good defender. And he's a captain, too. Does he replace Nate Furman? No, because he doesn't play second. He only plays... Oh, he plays first, third, and short. He's definitely better than Diego Velasquez. Although Diego Velasquez is actually being kind of productive. What if I traded Nate Furman? What if he was the guy that I moved out away from? Potentially. Conceivably. Theoretically. I mean, Bobby Santiago is no joke. He's a genuine pitching prospect. Yeah, let's do it. Let's pick up Bobby Santiago in exchange for Matt Furman, or Nate Furman, whoever you are. You get the former Sox tag just for fun. All right. So Ricardo gets your lineup spot. Once every 5 games, I think is reasonable. I think it's a reasonable amount of time for Encarnacion or Ricardo to play. Mr. Bobby Santiago, I'd like to send you to AAA if I might. I gotta put you on the 40-man? That's fine. I'm still sending you to AAA. I don't want to rush you. The deadline of trading is finally here. Nope. If I'm making a trade, it's to get somebody who would really fit in well with this club. Ben Shields might be that guy. I could definitely see us adding him and giving Geske a break. Maybe. Brenton Doyle, who's an amazing center fielder, but is also expensive as shit. That's not going to happen. Oh, I need another old fogey. Thank you very much. Ryan Weathers. Doesn't move the needle a ton. He's actually a reliever, not a starter. Bautista. Yeah, I think we just end the deadline. I could try to trade Evan Phillips, I guess. But, like, we're having a great season. Like, a really good season. I don't want to fuck that up. Especially because Phillips is actually an important part of this bullpen. Gerald Rosado coming through to just being an incredible pitcher is huge. I definitely did not expect that from him this season. Our bullpen's actually really good. Hopefully with time, Geske will show at least a little bit of the same form that we saw last season. That'd be pretty neat. Anybody else that's a free agent that I don't particularly care to keep? Grom wants another $8 million. I feel like I talked to him after the season. Evan Phillips, how much would you like to stay? You just want 3.2 million? You want to be a closer. And I think that's my sticking point because I've already got Cade Smith, who I think is arguably as good as him, if not better. So I don't think it's something I can get excited about. Nico Cavadas is actually a pretty decent player, but I'm not giving up Gerald Rosado at all. I do think Cavadas has some level of interest for me, but not enough for me to give up Rosado. Oh, are you fucking shitting me? Go to hell. I didn't even realize who you were asking for. No, I am not giving up a generational type reliever just for the lulz. For the memes. That's not gonna happen, guys. Oh, I didn't actually want to say this, finish this day. I was gonna think about adding Hansford to the roster. Oh well. I think giving him a cup of coffee is probably the best route anyway. I think that's something we can get behind. Yeah. Poor Ronnie Stratton. There's a time when he's like, I'm gonna be the next White Sox megastar. It's like, are you though? Are you? Alright. Well, Noah Schultz getting worse every year makes me sad. He's still playing at a high level, so I'm not that bothered by it. I mean, as long as he's like turning in all-star caliber performances, I guess I'll pay him. But he's not as good as he should be, in my opinion. So, yeah. Man, Jaden Charles is it's way too unfair for him to be this good this young in his career. It's borderline cheating. I mean, we could just lose Jacob deGrom again. That's a thing we could try. Hoisington, I need you to be slightly better with your control. Just slightly better. I'm not asking for a ton here. But you're much too let's try Hagen Smith. I think Rhett Lauder probably gets an opportunity. Maybe we let Alex Mendez start. He's actually had a pretty decent career so far. And then we can call up a reliever instead. That I actually like much better. And let's bring up Dan Sipes. Yeah, Dan Sipes. Middle relief and mop-up work. All right, here we go. I am annoyed that Wyatt Langford has made this push to try to take MVP away from Etsuji Ito. Makes me sad. I don't approve of that. Oh, I didn't even notice this shit. Okay. Well, I better do something about this stuff. Okay. Okay, people are really grumpy. It looks like Ray Ortiz is the problem. Ray Ortiz is doing a good job. He's actually doing a very, very good job. But he is so grumpy all the time that he's making the rest of the team feel grumpy. So I think we gotta let Roy Ortiz go, even though I think he's really special and a great coach. Chris Getz can have a new contract. Patrick Leland gets a new contract as well. But yeah, I think we let Roy Ortiz go. I think he's just too grumpy, and his grumpiness is hurting the team. It'll get better. Like, part of the issue is that I don't have a very good reputation. When my reputation gets better, I hope with staff cohesion. But yeah, he needs to go. Nobody likes him. So we will bid him adieu. As far as our minor league organization goes, let's go ahead and extend some offers there. Two people couldn't decide if they wanted a new contract. Jeff Patterson. Jeff Patterson, you're a mediocre pitching coach. You're not really a manager, in my opinion. Dickie Brown is phenomenal. Let's keep Dickie Brown. But I also want to leave a place for some of my better managers all around to move up. So I think letting Mr. Patterson walk is likely fine. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. All right, amigos. All right. Chris Rainsford has done nothing but produce in AAA this year and at AA. I'm not saying that he deserves to start, but I'm saying he definitely deserves a roster spot. Something tells me Zub Rudell is going to be able to slip through waivers without too much hassle. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think I am. Chris Ransford, welcome to the major leagues. Encarnacion is doing okay. I do want you to play third base, but I don't want you to start. Oh, how long is Tibbs out? Please don't deprive me of Mr. Tibbs when he's finally reached the maximum power of his Tibbness. Don't do that to me, game. Rainsford gets called up, and I think maybe Yorger Bautista can have a call up as a treat. Yeah, he is vaporized AAA play this year. He has nothing left to learn in the minor leagues. He's getting called up. Zavala, I gave you every possible chance, and you showed me this season you cannot be trusted at the major league level. Bautista, get the fuck in there. And this is your chance to shine, my young friend. This is your chance to thrive. What do I do with Ransford, excuse me. Wasn't Chris Hansford the guy who was on like To Catch a Predator or something? Isn't that a thing? Or am I making that up? Maybe I'm making it up. Um hmm. I think we make Chris Ransford the number one backup at third base. We make him a pinch hitter. He can pinch hit over Ledbetter. And I want him to definitely play the corners. If people are hurt. There's a very realistic possibility, by the way, that if Tibbs is hurt, that Rainsford gets a spot. I hope he doesn't. I hope Tibbs recovers at lightning speed. But we have to understand that he might not. That he might be seriously hurt. Which would be really, really poopy. Well, I guess he's fine. Because, well, he's not necessarily fine, but he's not seriously hurt, which is really important. Okay, we get Jacob DeGrom back. I think Dan Sipes can go back to the minors, and we can have DeGrominator back for us. I'm not saying that Mr. Mendez here did a poor job, but what I am saying is that I think Jacob DeGrom is someone I just trust a little bit more at this stage in their respective careers. I'm trying to remember if Jacob DeGrom ever won a World Series championship. I think he was on that Rangers team that won it all a couple years ago, wasn't he? I feel like he was. 2 weeks is poopy. Huh. Was he not on that Rangers team that won the World Series in 2023? He was. Why doesn't it show that he's won the World Series then? Or they just doesn't record that, maybe? Or did they win in 2021? When did the Rangers win the World Series? Rangers World Series. 2023. So Jacob DeGrom should have one of those little things to say he won the World Championship. But he doesn't. I think he also has 3 Cy Youngs, not 2. Because I thought he had 3 with the Mets. Maybe not. Maybe I'm full of shit. But I thought he did have 3. Jacob DeGrom. Tell me your secrets. I don't want character stats this year. Who the fuck cares about that? I care about awards. I guess he only had 2 Cy Youngs. I'll be snookered. I guess the game isn't completely wrong. Also, I don't want to lie, but we actually clinched the postseason already. Look, the AL Central is really rough this year. I'm not going to pretend like we're the greatest team of all time. But we still won the fucking division. We still are going to the postseason. And that is so cool. That is so awesome. I would love for you to come back next year. $9.5 million. Seems excessive. I don't know about that. Let's begin the postseason, you guys. Wait, what did I just get an achievement for? Have a player lead the league in ERA. Jaden Charles led the league in ERA, and Ito won the batting title. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say that Jaden Charles is pretty good. It's a pretty good pitcher. Yeah. All right. So playoff roster. Who are we leaving off? I agree with all of this. Tibbs, Veras, Bautista, and Ramos, I agree with. I think you really need Zavala, possibly, but I'm not opposed to it. And I cannot add Rainsford because Rainsford wasn't on my roster at the trade deadline, which means he's not eligible. Which is totally fine with me. Let's go ahead and order this up. Every 5 games, only if the starter's tired. Yeah, this is Bautista's time. This is his chance to just steal the job and keep it forever. He's got a better glove. He's got great range, air, and arm. Yeah, Zawal is decent, but he has not impressed this year. Now let's set up our rotation. We're going to run a 3-man rotation, and DeGrom is going to be that 3rd man. Most importantly, hey, Jaden Charles, 100 miles. 100 pitches is what we're giving you. And I'm going to put both Gasky and Silva in the pen. If we make it out of the first round, Silva gets the 4-starter spot. So I don't want him to get too upset about it. But let's get after it, friends, Romans, and countrymen. Jaden Charles versus Tariq Skubal is literally an incredible matchup, given where they are in their careers right now. We did it, you guys, not necessarily because of Jaden Charles, who definitely got roughed up, but so did Tariq Skubal, and I will take that. Look, playoff jitters, it's his first time ever. Ooh. Wait, Noah Schultz didn't pitch. Why did Noah Schultz not pitch? Why the fuck did Mendez pitch? What? Was DeGrom tired? DeGrom was tired. Interesting. I'd rather pitch Schultz on short rest than just about anybody else in my team. Figure it out, dude. There we go. The Nard Dog came through when we needed him. Great job. Top marks, everybody. Schultz did get roughed up. I'm not going to say we won because of him, but we won because of my lineup, scoring 10 fucking runs. Look at the day Frelly Encarnacion had. What an amazing time to heat up, right? What a time to be like, you know what? I got this, guys. I'm on top of it. 4-man rotation. Silva gets his 4th man spot. I could argue for Geske, because Geske was so good last year. This year he was merely acceptable, and I don't want him to try to figure it out in the postseason. Like, I don't think that's very smart. So we're gonna go on to the next round, guys. We want a playoff round. Let's fucking go. Very, very close game. Incredibly close game. Eric Soul didn't do too bad. It was the Nard Dog who betrayed us. He gave up a grand slam, it looks like. First of all, how dare you? No, it wasn't a grand slam. It was just a 2-run homer. And there's a giant double. That's really what broke the camel's back there. Okay. It's a 5-game series. Anything can happen. Nice. Very, very tight series. Very exciting. If these were my teams in real life, I would be on the edge of my seat. It's Leody Tavares. Didn't we briefly have him at one point? Or is he one of the many guys that I considered but never picked up? Yeah, I just thought about it. Okay. Alright, Jaden Charles, your postseason debut didn't go so great. This is your chance to show me that you are who I think you are. That you can be a stud. Which is exactly what you did. Look at this shit. 7 innings of nearly flawless baseball. 4 scattered hits. This kid, and let me stress, kid, he's just he's not quite 23 years old, is making a mockery of how hard baseball's meant to be, and I love it. Noah Schultz, can you get it? Can you bring it home? You cannot. Absolutely cannot. Which is up to Eric Silva. Now, to be fair, Schultz, I think, got hurt, and so he got bounced pretty early. The bullpen kind of let us down. This is a chance for the bullpen to really shine, but they kind of choked a little bit. Cover my eyes. I don't think we've got a huge chance, but maybe we do. Nope, we don't. Very close. Very, very close game. You know what, Eric Silva? You're okay. You're alright. Probably need to turn you into a reliever, though. Probably need to find a new starter. But it was on to give up a home run. How dare you? This is a fun series. Like, this is very, very fun. When only 2 games are completely out of the woods. And fair play to you guys. Noah Schultz got hurt at the worst possible time. Even though he's having a really good year this year. Clemente, I don't like your chances of being a Chicago White Sox too much longer. Not the Orioles, I beg you, please. I've seen enough of fucking Baltimore. Her. What if we just won the World Series again? Find a new fucking hobby, guys. If you're a fan of Baltimore, you know, good for you, but this is getting old that they've won, like, every single World Series or close to it. There they go again. Fucking Orioles, man, you're not that good. Take it down a notch, dude. Let other teams win it. Like, that's quite literally their 4th or 5th World Series in 6 years. Or close to it. I'm an OOTP genius. Thank you for noticing. Okay. How many fucking World Series have they won? Like, this is really annoying me for some reason. Yeah, look at this shit. 4 World Series in 5 years. That's cheating is what that is. Stop it. Stop winning the World Series. You're not that awesome. I mean, I guess you must be pretty awesome if you're winning World Series like that, but... do we keep Jose Ramos? Man, he's an okay player, but I don't know that he's $8 million. I don't think he's that great, if I'm being honest with you. Yeah. I could maybe void his contract. He wants better stolen basis. I don't give a shit. I said this several times. I hate this goal. I really, truly hate it. Owners in this game need to be more reasonable. They need to have a sense of what's actually realistic. Oh, a White Sox player's retiring is a Jacob deGrom. It's Willy Adames. Okay. Alright, guys. Let's break down the season. Should we expect this kind of performance again? I mean, Atsuji Ito was amazing from start to finish. Won a batting title, hit all the home runs he could. I mean, he sucks at base running. I don't care. This guy's in the major leagues for 3 years and won a batting title in 2 of them. So, just an outstanding player and a pretty good second baseman too. Certainly not perfect, but he definitely has the ability to stick there for the long term. Let's not sleep on the fact that Kyle Teel was exactly as good as Ito. Like, I didn't know he had this in him, and he may never have it again, but he was an elite bat who also played a fantastic game as a catcher. Like, a really outstanding season by Kyle Teel, who has kind of been the flag bearer for these White Sox in the lineup. He's kind of been the guy who's been there since day one. He's seen us from our darkest days up to postseason success. So, and this was a successful season. We won a postseason round. Do we win the World Series? No, but I think 90 wins is a hell of a lot better than 90 losses. So, pretty proud of him for that. Josh Gibbs had a fantastic season. Completely unexpected. Utterly unexpected, but very, very welcome. A great combination of bat skill and defense. He even stole quite a few bases. I doubt very much he'll ever play this well again, but I think he can play this well, and I think he had a great season. So, congratulations to you. Mr. Tibbs, I still believe there's more here. I still think this is a 300 hitter. But what we have right now is pretty good. It's pretty good. He's got hits 30 home runs year in and year out with enough secondary stats to not make it look embarrassing. So, Mr. Tibbs is going to want a raise. Mr. Tibbs is going to get a raise. And hopefully he continues to be as awesome as we think he is. Ralphie Velasquez. Low-key, key season for a guy that was our backup catcher. That's really exciting that he played so well. Jose Ramos, by the way, 2 wins. Not a flawless season by any stretch of imagination, but I'm not giving him that big a raise. That's ridiculous. So he is free to find himself a new team. Yeah. Salvador Lopez. Pretty good start to a major league career. Pretty good. He's definitely hitting for average and getting on base. The power is a little bit short, but he's only 21 years old, you guys. More than happy to bring him back next season and let him continue to grow into the role and show us what he's capable of. Colton Ledbetter was fine. I mean, we're at the point where we're just talking about utility guys for the most part. Encarnacion was fine. I think he's probably not a starting caliber third baseman. I think he's okay, but I don't think he's starting caliber third baseman. Wilfred Veras ended up having kind of a mid-year, but definitely a bounce back from 2029. I want to see him get back to at least approximately his 2028. Or his 2027 for that matter. Because the team is just more fun if he's hitting over 300. I want you to notice how top-heavy we are. We had 5 starters that were 2 wins or above. So we can definitely get more out of these lower-ranked guys, and that's going to help us sustain the success. Yandel Ricardo wasn't very good. Diego Velasquez was just acceptable. Bautista barely played, so I'm not going to lose any shit about him. 5 home runs in 23 games is pretty good. And I think we just have to let him play center field next year. I think we just let him do it and see where that gets us. I think that's the right move. So, Ito could definitely bring this up year in and year out. Could Teal? I don't know. I feel like Teal maybe had a career year at the perfect time. Yeah. The power was new. He had never shown such power in the past. Maybe it's because he's generally gotten to be a better player. I don't know. But I'm not counting on him repeating this performance. We're going to need more production from other places. A healthy Wilfred Veras playing the top of his game is going to be pretty nice. That's going to be a nice addition to this club. Salvador Lopez taking off in his second season, his first full season, would be pretty nice. Finding a player that can replace Ramos, so maybe that's Hansford or Rainsford. I don't know. I mean, pitching-wise, Jaden Charles is pretty good, you guys. He's pretty real good. I doubt he wins the Cy Young because he didn't have a ton of innings, but I mean, he's special. Noah Schultz had the best year of his career. And if this is what he settles in at, if this is his actual normal, then he's a very, very good number 2 pitcher. Jacob deGrom, man, he stabilized this rotation in a way I didn't expect. The bullpen was phenomenal. we got great performances out of multiple relief pitchers. Um, Evan Pulse is arguably one of our worst pitchers, but still graded out well because of his ERA, which looks pretty good. But in actuality, this guy's walking people every 5 seconds. His defense really bailed him out. Kate Smith also wasn't that exceptional, but our bullpen was very, very good. Shout out to Dong Moon An, who no matter how small the role we give him, continues to dominate. I think we just need to give him a major role in this bullpen. I just need to bite the bullet and say, get in there, you fucker, and just pitch your heart out. Gerald Rosado, amazing season. Really, really good. Alex Mendez, what a wonderful Rule 5 pickup. What a great addition to our bullpen he turned out to be. Eric Silva, you know what? Not a bad rookie season. Would like more, not a bad season. Luke Gatsky almost fucked us because of how poorly he performed. The home runs have to get sorted out, my friend. I want you to practice that. To practice not giving up home runs, please. Please do that for me, because you're going to be an important part of this team. Jaden Charles, out of curiosity, I want to give you a 10-year contract. What does that look like for you? No, there's too much risk. There's too much risk. For guys making minimum, I just let him make the minimum for another season, and then we see if he can do it a second year. I got excited there, but like, no. Just back off a little bit. I really think we ease up on the brakes a little bit on him. I think we let him pitch more innings. And see where that gets us. See if he can keep working on that amazing changeup of his and just take himself to the next level. But really outstanding performance by him. Where did Ransford go? Did he disappear? Was he eaten by wolves? Is this the thing where he's like off in like the minor leagues or something? Maybe. Brian Williams. How was you didn't you did play. Oh, you were in the draft league all year. Okay. Well, Mr. Williams, I'm going to take over your development, and I am actually going to let you play in high A. I think that's a reasonable starting point for someone with your raw skills. You're already 23 years old. I think we'd give it a shot. Where did he go? Did he get hurt? No, he didn't. Where are you, Mr. Ransford? I genuinely don't see him. Am I blind? I might be blind. Or is he off, like, in the Arizona Fall League? He might be in the Arizona Fall League. Yeah, that's where he is. Okay. Sorted. Do you have any really exciting young rookies? Trent Maben's kind of exciting. Maybe Trent Maben is the guy that replaces Ramos. Maybe. Oh, I need to make some 40-man room. I think that's pretty important. I think that's the last thing I'm going to do this episode is just figure out some guys that I don't want. Stratton, Abernethy, and Diaw, I think, can all be placed on waivers. No, Abernethy still has something to prove. He might actually be okay. I don't think Ronnie Stratton interests me that much. Maybe I just get rid of Diaw. No, I don't really want to get rid of anybody. Sterling Thompson can go. Get out of here. Because I definitely don't want to lose Trent Maben. Okay, damn. I've got some really great players that just need opportunities, so I need to make, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spots? Okay. One, two, three. No, you know what? Let's wait until the end of the season when I know how many actual 40-man spots I have. Like, Jacob deGrom has a spot, even though he's technically gone. Damn, guys. We've got a lot of young, hungry players that are looking for opportunities, so we're going to give those to them as soon as next season. We're starting to see the fruits of our labor. Starting to finally see all of the amount of time, money, and resources we spent on these high-ranked draft picks getting chances in the major leagues to show that they can hang. So, that's good to see. Friends, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please remember to like and subscribe, comment down below. If you'd like to talk about what's coming next, the next Monday series, let me know. But until then, this has been Guardian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.